Folks, how is everyone? Fred here, out doing some car camping today. It's something like the 7th or 8th of November. It's pretty cold. Supposed to get down to the 20s tonight. And I'm up here with Dave Kieffer and his son. Actually, Dave's at the Ohio State game right now. And that's Tom back there. And they're going to hang for the first time tonight. And so Tom's he's putting one up for his dad right now, and then he's going to get his set up later. So we're trying to set up before Dave gets here. He's enjoying Maryland getting tromped by the Buckeyes today. So we've got starting to set camp up here. Been messing around for about an hour. Not in any hurry. There's plenty of daylight for at least for right now. I'm rocking my bare butt hammock, the orange one. Haven't got it all set up yet, and a Pariah sill tarp. And Dave's got a bare butt hammock, and then he also has a gorilla tarp that he's using, Chill Gorilla, and that's pretty cool. And I think yours is a Denali, isn't it? Yes. I think that is. So I got an under quilt. These guys don't have that, but they're going to use some Reflectix, I think, or pads in their hammock for tonight. Going to try that out, and they got some warm sleeping bags. So hopefully we'll be good. One thing about car camping is you can bring lots of wood in your car, and so I'll show you the supplies. Plus, you don't have to pack up your backpack, so check this out. We got quite a lot of stuff right here. And you know, it's really nice because we can just leave it. But here's see if you can see all the wood. So we got a lot of wood. So we'll be able to have a nice fire tonight, maybe even one tomorrow morning. So yeah, we're gonna mess around with some stuff and get it set up, and then we'll get back with you. I wanted to show one new thing that I got for this little trip. I like to have a little tarp or something underneath my hammock, just so when I get out I don't have to step in any water or anything like that. And I found this little it's a 5x7 tarp. It's polyurethane coated, and it was only $9. And it's got double stitch grommets in the end, so I just use little metal stakes that have a lip over the edge there, and it stakes down really nice. And for $9, that's a nice little dude to keep my equipment dry underneath of it. It's got two things in the end, so I could actually double this up if I wanted to. So that makes it pretty nice. I've got my usual setting here. As always, I've got an incubator 10-degree Econ quilt here, which I really like, and I've had great luck with it. Underneath that is my bare butt hammock, the orange colored one. I have a Costco blanket here, a Costco quilt that I've put over top of my Pariah 15-degree over quilt. Now, usually that is plenty, and tonight it's only supposed to get down to like the high 20s, so I should be fine even without that. But just having that extra one is kind of nice. It just keeps it. I put it around my feet just to make sure they're warm. Now, tonight I probably won't have to worry about that because I've got some new down booties. I'll show you those later. What I did one night last spring is I took this other Costco quilt and I just put it up over my ridge line. And that was really kind of cool. It kept the wind from hitting my head and everything. And today what I've done is I've taken my sill tarp and I folded the end in here, okay? On this side, I went ahead and staked it out. Let me get around the outside and it'll be easier to see this. So on this side, I just staked it like normal. In fact, it looks like I got my middle one there a little too tight, okay? But if you look over on this one, I folded this in. So it kind of acts as a windshield. Probably should have done it on the other end instead of this end, the way the wind is shifting now. But it's okay, I just thought I'd give it a try. I did it because this tree was here. And we've got lots of trees, but they're kind of close together. So trying to hang that and get your tarp and everything all set around them sometimes is a little trickier. But I really like this because as I've been standing inside of here while I've been putting stuff up, there's just no breeze coming in on this part at all. And that's part of the reason why I got it. I could actually, you know, pull this over and actually tie this together, or I could cross this in the end and keep like snow out and stuff, probably. So yeah, I'm just kind of experimenting tonight with it. I don't really need to do that, but thought I would give that a whirl. So as you can see, it's not quite the backpacking trip like normal. We just kind of carry our stuff like this. This is Dave and Tom's things. And Tom's been, this is Tom's first hang and also Dave's. Dave's not here, so Tom and I have been putting up our hammocks. Tom never put one up before, but this one he's put up all by himself and looking pretty good so far. He's got a Denali, I think it is, and using, you know, the daisy chain straps. And he's got a Denali, and then he's borrowing my bare butt hammock tarp, and so he's putting that up just to give him a little more wind shelter tonight. Not supposed to get any rain or any snow or anything, but this does keep the wind out a little bit. So yeah, we're having a good time. What do you think, Tom?
Looking pretty good.
Yeah. So are you cold enough?
Just about right.
Yeah. It's not too bad yet. I've been sitting here in my sweater, trying not to work up a sweat. But yeah, it's a nice weekend for this. I'm excited to be back out, and we're be excited to get Dave up here. We'll get him on camera, and he's got some new stuff. I'm anxious to see how he hangs tonight here, and I don't know, they don't have underquilts, so they're going to use some pads inside the hammocks. And, you know, I didn't find that as comfortable myself. I finally broke down and got that overquilt. I did bring my homemade do-it-yourself underquilt made out of solar blankets, and so may let one of them at least use that. That might help a little bit. We'll be back. So we've got a fire going here, and that always helps. Always helps when you got a fire. Just kind of cheers you up if nothing else. And it definitely heats you up. So got a little bit of wood from my home I use in my fireplace. So when you car camp, the best part about car camping is you can bring all the wood. You don't have to cut it yourself. So we're just going to enjoy it. Dave's on his way. He just saw OSU Shellac, Maryland. What was it? 72 to 14, I think, or something like that. So he got to see the Buckeyes at their best. And I think the Scrubs played almost all the second half, so it was 42, I think, at halftime. So that means they put up a few points themselves, so that's pretty good. So we're just sitting around here. We'll probably wait for Dave to get in and kind of rustle up a little bit of grub maybe and have something to eat, and then just sit around and enjoy the fire. I think we got enough wood to at least last us, if we manage it well, for the rest of the evening. I should have brought enough for tomorrow morning too, but I don't know that I did, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. So okay, so must be my flashlight isn't working very good either, because I don't have any, I can't see it. Anyways, Dave's here in that shadow someplace. There's Tom. His light's working good. I guess I better go get my other flashlight. Must be my batteries are bad. There we go. So Dave went and saw the Buckeyes today. How'd they do?
73 to 14. They did well.
They shellacked them, didn't they?
None of the first team played any of the second half, I don't think.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah. Well, we're sitting here around the campfire. It's about 6:30, I guess, and the temperature's in the mid-30s. I don't think it's going to get below 30 because it's kind of clouding up. So I don't think it's going to clear up enough to make it too cold. But we're just sitting around here thinking, man, it's only 6:30. What are we going to do till 10? So we'll think of something. About 10:30. Just got in to bed. Got my underquilt underneath, my 0 or 10 degree Econo, and I've got my Perea 15 degree above me over my overquilt, and right now I'm plenty warm. So got a couple hot hands in my pockets, and I think I'll be kind of warm all night. So we'll talk to you in the morning. The new things that I reviewed this weekend, here is my new goose down booties, and I just got a pair that had already been made and then sent back because apparently they didn't fit or they didn't like them or something like that. So I got a discount on them, which is really nice. They usually have some that are in stock, and I didn't even have to wait for them. And then I also got the overshoes, and they're made out of they got a nice solid sole on them right here, and then you just pull them on right over the booty. They got a little lace there so you can lace them up a little bit or kind of tighten it up, and that makes it great. Like if you have to go use the facilities at night or something, you just get out and just slip those over the top, and they're waterproof, so you can even go, like, you know, in snow and stuff if you have to. They're not like you know, you wouldn't want to go hiking the whole time with them because they're just a kind of a soft sole here, but they wear pretty good. And I think the Show Brothers one day when they were down camping, I can't remember where it was. Maybe it was Dolly Sods or something, but they got caught in the rain and it got really cold, and one of their shoes froze up and they couldn't get on their feet. So they actually used these booties in this overshoe, and they actually walked out in that, and it kept their feet pretty warm and dry on the way out. So after I heard that, I thought, well, it's worth it for me to go get them. So, you know, I've talked about having neuropathy on my feet because I'm a diabetic, and so I always use a heat pad or something, one of those little hot hands inside between 2 layers of socks when I sleep. Last night I didn't do that. I just put these things on, and I had one wool sock on underneath of it, and my feet stayed really nice and warm. So kudos to the goose down guys, and I'm happy with what I've got here, and hopefully get a lot of wear out of them. I have my Sea to Summit little inflatable pillow, and don't always use a pillow in the hammock, but sometimes when your head just kind of goes to the side or something, you like something to prop it up on or something. So last night I did this, and I didn't hardly inflate it at all, but then when I laid my head on it, it kind of came up around my neck and my ears, so it was kind of, it gave me it was almost like a headrest type thing, and it worked really, really good. So I'm gonna keep doing that, and it's got a nice soft thing on it too, so it kept me nice and warm around my neck, and so I really liked it. Was real happy with all of my gear. My underquilt, again, I have an incubator, goes down to 10 from Hammock Gear, and that worked just great. I was just toasty warm. In fact, I actually had too much stuff on, and I wished I'd you know, I had to take some things off eventually. And my Perea overquilt, I know it's a 15 degree, but I swear I could, I'm almost positive I could take it down to 0 because it just really keeps me warm. So pretty happy with my winter gear. And this next week, I think the Ohio YouTubers, we're going to meet up with them on Friday and Saturday. And so it was good check just to make sure all my gear's working. And Dave had his first hang, and so did Tom, and they slept real good and really liked it. So I'm happy about that, and hopefully we can do some more hanging. Dave, you gonna hang next weekend maybe or not?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. So he's gonna give it a whirl again, so that's great. And so I'm real happy about it. So didn't take a lot of video on this trip because there wasn't a lot to see, but we're here again at Mount Gilead State Park. It's close to Columbus, and it's kind of a nice place. You got a lot of pine around here that just a lot of trees to hang. You can see all around behind me. Some of them are almost too close together. It's kind of hard to get a tarp over it and stuff, but if you have a clear night, it would be just wonderful here. So just don't even use a tarp, just sleep and look at the stars. So all right, so we'll either catch up with you at the restaurant, because we always stop and eat something, and or we'll just call it quits for now, and we'll be videotaping the Ohio YouTubers next weekend, and it'll probably take me till Thanksgiving before I get all this stuff edited since I'm working, but we'll get out to you eventually. So we're gonna finish this hike out at Bob Evans today. Just had steak omelet and some hash browns and some biscuits. So we're set, getting ready to go home. Hey, Gabe, good one?
Good one.
Here we
Sun's
go.
coming out, we're in good shape.
Yeah.
Head home and take a nap now.
That's right. All right. Remember, if we can do it, you can do it too.